A man was working for a company in Quattro Barras, near Curitiba. According to him, his daily duty was to conduct routine patrols around the construction site, pretty standard stuff for a night security guard. On June 14, 2025, while taking a break inside a shipping container used as a break room, he suddenly heard strange noises coming from the site. Since the site was right next to a highway where odd sounds were fairly common, he didn't pay much attention to it and went out on his usual patrol. But just a few minutes later, on his way back to the container, he noticed something truly bone-chilling.
Tô eu andando aqui na obra, né? Na construção que eu vim cuidar. Onde vai ser estabelecimento novo. Lá o portão tá trancadão. Ali tá tudo fechado, tá vendo? E aí do nada, eu me viro e olha aquilo ali. Tá repreendido, não parece um vulto, uma pessoa?
When he returned to his post, he saw that the lights were out, and a figure that looked like a woman was standing inside the container. He mentioned that he had always been a strict materialist and an atheist, so at first he actually found the situation kind of funny. He pulled out his phone, snapped a photo, and recorded the clip we just saw. He added that he fully expected to find a logical explanation, like a cardboard cutout, some construction materials leaning against the wall, or something equally mundane. Unfortunately, when he stepped back into the container, he found nothing that could account for the mysterious figure. When he walked back outside, the figure was completely gone, and that was the exact moment panic truly set in. He said he abandoned his post, handed off his duties, and never set foot in that place again. On an ordinary highway in Utah, a driver was just commuting like any other day. The weather was clear, visibility was great, and an ordinary intersection lay straight ahead. He was simply recording his routine drive, having no idea that his dashcam was about to capture a scene that remains completely unexplainable to this day.
Is it?
It is now.
Look at this car.
I did.
What?
Oh my god.
What? Are we?
It just.
No. Are we crazy? No, it's gone. Wait, babe.
Wait. No, listen.
Did you catch it the exact moment the vehicle passed through the intersection? That car vanished into thin air, completely disappearing from view. The whole thing happened in just a few seconds. No sound of brakes, no flashing lights, not even a ripple in the air. Now, a lot of viewers pointed out, wait, isn't the white car right there? But if we look closely, there was actually a second white car right behind the one that disappeared. See it? Their front ends are completely different, confirming these were two separate white cars, and that first one really did vanish. Recently, a beauty blogger was filming a routine makeup tutorial, blending concealer on her face, when something completely bizarre happened. What started as just an ordinary day of filming unexpectedly captured a mind-bending moment that had viewers claiming she glitched through time.
Where did this just come from?
Right as she was smoothly sweeping the makeup brush across her face, a second brush suddenly appeared out of thin air on camera. There wasn't a single cut or edit in the clip. She froze on the spot, utterly baffled by where this second brush came from, and later joked that she must have accidentally slipped into a parallel universe. A blogger known as Cigarette Spaghetti never expected something this bizarre to happen to him. He bought a house expecting to start a fresh chapter, but had no idea that a series of uncanny events would soon shatter everything he believed in. A firm believer in science, he was ultimately forced to post a video begging the internet for help. In a room that was clearly empty, something chilling moved completely out of nowhere, and that was only the beginning. If the first incident could be brushed off as a coincidence, what happened next was undeniable supernatural activity. Yet things in his house only continued to spiral out of control. What was really going on here? That's something we might never truly know. Back in 2017, a man walking his dog stumbled upon a cave entrance tucked between the mountains. It was a cave he had never seen before. No markers, no signs, yet the further inside it went, the deeper and more complex it became, opening up into a network of forks and tunnels. At first, he didn't sense any danger. A few bats hung from the ceiling, some insects crawled on the floor, but it seemed like nothing more than an untouched cavern that hadn't seen human footstep in decades. As he ventured deeper, though, the atmosphere grew increasingly heavy. At one point, even his dog began showing clear distress, tucking its tail between its legs and pinning its ears back. Something about this place just felt off. After a few minutes of exploring, the man and his dog came across something truly unsettling.
What do you think about this, Misty? Keep looking. Stay behind me. What the fuck is that? Oh shit! Go. Come on, Missy. Come on, Missy.
As they walked down one of the tunnels, the man realized they weren't alone. A terrifying figure stood completely frozen in the pitch-black darkness. It was tall and humanoid, but visibly wrong in every way. It appeared to be wearing a long black robe, reminiscent of something used in dark rituals or cults. Inside the hood, you can catch a glimpse of a pale, grayish feature, though it's hard to tell if it's a face, a mask, or hair. The most unnerving part was that this entity didn't move an inch. It just stood there in place, staring blankly ahead. Realizing something was lurking in the dark, our explorer panicked and bolted, not daring to stay long enough to figure out what it was. The figure didn't chase him, it just let him flee. We still don't know exactly where this footage was filmed, but one thing is for sure, I would never take my dog into a place like that, let alone let it out of my sight. Just watching that little dog wander down the tunnel gives me chills. But what do you guys think of these clips? One afternoon, a team of professional cleaners arrived at a house, having no idea they were about to encounter something deeply disturbing. The new owner had just inherited the property from a relative who was a severe hoarder. They were shocked by the state of the place, and one of the cleaners began recording the house. But just a few minutes later, the entire crew started screaming in panic. According to Katie, the girl filming, the situation inside was far different from what the owner had led them to believe.
You need to have someone on. They don't go very slow.
same shit. Oh my god,
A toy train suddenly began moving entirely on its own. What's chilling is that it wasn't just rolling randomly, it was driving straight toward the cleaning crew. Terrified by what they saw, the girls panicked and bolted out of the house. However, just moments later, they began rationalizing that the toy might have electronic components inside that glitched out. Wanting a logical explanation, they decided to review the video footage. Upon closer inspection, they realized the toy was made entirely of plastic. No batteries, no motor, nothing. So, without any power source, how was this toy moving? And more importantly, why?
Come here.
What is it?
Come here. Come see.
Get out. We have to burn that thing. And then
The Thomas the Tank Engine toy moved on its own yet again, only this time it happened out in the yard. Later, while cleaning up one of the rooms, Katie stumbled upon a photograph of a young boy posing with that exact same toy train. It seemed she had found its owner. Almost instantly, a thought crossed her mind. Had this little boy passed away, and was that why his toys were acting so strange? Of course, at that point, it was just her theory without any real proof, or at least that's what she thought. When she called the owner to finalize a few details, Katie got the sobering confirmation she had been dreading.
And sent her the video. She started messaging me directly.
Hello.
Hi, this is Katie.
Yes.
Hey, I was just calling because I had some questions about something that we found in your house.
Well, that is very personal.
I know, and
that was my nephew.
that was the.
Yes. So, after you sent me the video, I'm wondering too, because that was his train, and
That was his train.
yes, and so.
The boy in the photo was the owner's nephew, and he had indeed passed away. Where or how he died wasn't mentioned, but given everything that had been happening, Katie couldn't help but feel it must have been inside this very house. Now, there's an important detail I need to clear up. Someone in the comments did some digging and claimed that this toy train is actually a battery-powered model, making it entirely plausible that it moved on its own. But if the moving train wasn't supernatural, then how do you explain what was captured next right outside the front door? This toy isn't electric at all, so what on earth is actually going on here? On May 20th, 2026, a man who was taking care of his elderly mother began noticing that she was acting extremely strange. She kept staring intently at the ceiling, though in reality there was nothing up there, just a plain ceiling. Was she seeing something invisible to everyone else? Over time, her behavior grew even more concerning. She wasn't just staring anymore, she started reaching up with her hands as if trying to grasp at something in the air.
This is all the time. I don't understand.
At first, everyone assumed it was just a strange habit of hers. But then came that day. Right after the mother lowered her hand and the caregiver stepped in to tuck her in, something terrifying happened. The caregiver's hair was yanked upward out of nowhere. It seemed like something was truly lurking in that room. But is there any real evidence to prove it? Absolutely. On one occasion, the mother managed to capture proof using her phone. Thinking this creepy phenomenon had something to do with the mattress his mother was sleeping on, the son tore it apart, hauled it out of the house, and replaced it with a brand new one. But no matter what he did, nothing seemed to help.
What's gonna happen? Oh my god, I see it. Oh shit! Go, 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 go.
The team behind the channel recently headed to a deeply eerie, unnamed cemetery in Thailand, home to a staggering 400 concrete burial vaults for unidentified bodies. According to the team on the ground, these vaults hold unclaimed remains, separated by gender to make potential future identification by families easier. Some of the vaults were sealed only recently, leaving a disturbing, indescribable odor hanging in the air.
วันนี้ EP นี้นะครับค่อนข้างตื่นเต้นน่าสนใจนิดนึงเพราะว่าเรามาอยู่ที่สุสานไร้ญาติจุดที่พีเอสกับโอบิตะยืนอยู่เนี่ยคือจุดพักศพไร้ญาติเนาะใช่จะแยกเป็นชายและหญิงศพชายก็จะอยู่ฝั่งนี้ศพหญิงก็จะอยู่ฝั่งนี้
เพราะว่าเขาต้องการระบุตัวครับเวลาแบบมีญาติมาติดต่อขอรับกลับเนี่ยจะได้หาง่าย
ระบุว่าเป็นผู้ชายหรือผู้หญิง
จะได้มาเปิดดูหน้ากันอีกทีคือทั้งหมดนะครับในสุสานเนี่ยจะมีบ่อพักศพทั้งหมดอยู่400ศพ
400
ใช่แต่ว่าจริงๆตอนเนี้ยมีศพอยู่ที่เนี่ย200ศพซึ่งที่เนี่ยมีศพจริงล้วนครับเป็นศพไร้ญาติที่ยังไม่มีญาติติดต่อรับกลับ
เขาถึงมาพักศพไว้ที่นี่ก่อน
ใช่เพราะว่าอะไรสุสานใหญ่ในตัวจังหวัดเต็มใช่
เดี๋ยววันนี้เราจะมีการทำพิธีกรรมการลองของนะครับคือการท้าทายผีนิดนึง
ใช่
แต่อย่าเอาไปดราม่ากันนะครับอันนี้เราอยากพิสูจน์เรื่องผีกันจริง
ๆไม่ขนลุก
จริงๆขนลุกจริงๆนี่ขนลุกเล่นๆนะเนี่ยดูโอบิตะครับเห็นขนไหม
ชูชันเชีย
ชูชัน
ตอนนี้เดี๋ยวพี่จะทำการไหว้ขออนุญาตแล้วก็เปิดทางกับแปะกงนะครับเหมือนเป็นคนที่ดูแลสุสานบริเวณนี้นะครับหลังจากเสร็จตรงนี้เราก็จะไปจุดข้างๆเพื่อบอกยายกะลาตากะลีอีกทีหนึ่งนะครับก็จะตดออกนอกกล้องนะ
เดินออกไปแล้วครับ
To test whether there were truly unclean spirits haunting the grounds, the team performed a preliminary ritual to pay respect to the local earth deity and guardian spirits, before making an extraordinarily bold move. One of the team members actually climbed inside a concrete vault that had recently held a body. Clenching an incense stick between his teeth and washing his face with coconut water, he lay deep inside the pitch-black vault in a taboo spirit-summoning posture, provoking whatever might be lurking in the empty cemetery. But halfway through the ritual, something utterly bizarre happened.
ไปเนี่ยพี่ให้โอบิตะเนี่ยนอนลงไปในบล็อกปูนเนี่ยแล้วพี่จะทำพิธีกรรมเฉาะน้ำมะพร้าวล้างหน้าศพ
แล้วก็ส่วนของ2ตัวพี่เองเนี่ยคือจะจุดธูปคนที่เขาอยู่แถวๆเนี่ยเข้ามาหานะครับแล้วก็อาจจะเป็นเจ้าของหลุมนี่ก็ได้อาจจะเป็นเจ้าของหลุมที่เพิ่งออกไปนี่ก็ได้นะครับแล้วก็จะทำการนอนคาบธูป3 ดอกแล้วก็มีคาถาสวดอะไรของพี่ไปเนาะให้เหมือนท้าทายให้เขาเข้ามาเนาะท้าทายเขาเข้ามาครับ
มะพร้าวเยอะชิบหาย
มะพร้าวเผาใช่ไหมเนี่ย อร่อยจริงเชียร์
ครับจุดที่เราตั้งกล้องอยู่เนี่ยคือจุดที่แสงไฟตรงนั้นนะครับเห็นไหมครับในกล้องนะครับจุดที่โอบิตะนอนอยู่ในบล็อกปูน
Inside the pitch-black vault, the explorer suddenly screamed in terror as his clothing was violently yanked backward, as if pulled by an immense, invisible force. He was nearly dragged right out of the vault. Yet their nightmare was only getting started.
ตั้งสติก่อนโอใจเย็นๆ
คือเมื่อกี้
เจออะไร
เมื่อกี้ทีโอกำลังแบบได้ยินเสียงใช่ไหมได้ยินเสียงเหมือนคนทางบ้านมาเคาะหรือทำเสียงทั้งอย่างเนี่ยโอกำลังแบบ
เฮ้ยโอเป็นไรวะมาอยู่แล้วไปแล้วเลย
Many paranormal enthusiasts said the clip gave them chills, praising the team for going all out. Lying inside a real vault for unidentified bodies to summon spirits is a massive taboo, and his physical reaction when his shirt was pulled felt intensely real, driving the creepy atmosphere off the charts. However, plenty of eagle-eyed viewers and local Thai audience members raised doubts. Some suggested playing the fabric-pulling moment at double speed, arguing that the angle of tension and rhythm of the movement look a lot like a crew member pulling a fine string off camera, or just a staged act that didn't quite hold up under scrutiny. Whether that tug was an actual spirit showing its presence or just clever prop work engineered for views, simply having the nerve to lie alone inside a vault surrounded by 400 unclaimed bodies is enough to make anyone's hands sweat. So, what do you think after seeing this? Did they genuinely encounter something supernatural, or was it just a staged stunt by the crew? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's talk about it. Thanks for watching. I look forward to keeping you company in the next episode as we explore more hidden mysteries. See you in the dark next time, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Share your theories in the comments down below.